like to introduce myself. I am Siti Rohaini, a D3 nursing student. I'm here today to explain a little about dengue hemorrhagic fever. Firstly, what is meant about dengue hemorrhagic fever? Secondly, World Health Organization classification of dengue hemorrhagic fever. Thirdly, cause of occurrence dengue hemorrhagic fever, and then schematic or graph about case dengue hemorrhagic fever. And the last, prevention and little education regarding dengue outbreaks. Let's go to trying to the discussion of the nation about dengue hemorrhagic fever. Definition of dengue hemorrhagic fever is a viral infection characterized by varied clinical manifestation. Epidemiologically, dengue fever predominantly affects tropical and subtropical regions. South Asia, particularly Indonesia, is endemic. The virus vector is the Aedes mosquito, primarily Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus. These mosquitoes thrive during rainy season. Transmission occurs when female mosquitoes feed on the blood from individuals with viremia. Dengue hemorrhagic fever is primarily caused by Aedes aegypti mosquito bites, poor household and community sanitation, stagnant water accumulation, water puddles, high humidity due to rainfall facilitating mosquito breeding. Dengue fever can lead to severe bleeding, sudden blood pressure drop or shock, and potentially fatal outcomes. This disease can cause extremely high fever, reaching up to 40 degrees Celsius. Dengue hemorrhagic fever is associated with severe complications, including intracranial hemorrhage, organ impairment, and multi-organ failure. During the critical phase of dengue hemorrhagic fever, platelet count drastically drop below 100,000 per microliter. Remission of fever doesn't necessarily indicate recovery from dengue hemorrhagic fever, as it may progress to a critical phase characterized by vascular leakage, leading to bleeding in the skin and organ, blood vessel damage from dengue hemorrhagic fever, lower platelet count, causing internal bleeding, organ damage, and potentially life-threatening dengue shock syndrome. World Health Organization classification of dengue fever, symptoms and signs. High fever up to 41 degrees Celsius, severe headache, retroorbital pain, muscle pain or myalgia, arthalgia, rash, no plasma leakage syndrome. Clinical and laboratory findings in dengue hemorrhagic fever patients typically include leukopenia less than 5,000 cell millimeter cubic, thrombocytopenia less than 150,000 cell per millimeter cubic, increased hematocrit 5 up to 10%, no plasma leakage syndrome. Dengue hemorrhagic fever grade 1, symptoms and signs. Fever without spontaneous bleeding and capillary leak syndrome. And then laboratory test, thrombocytopenia less than 100,000 cell millimeter cubic, hematocrit elevation more than 20%. Next, dengue hemorrhagic fever grade 2, symptom and signs. Fever without spontaneous bleeding and capillary leak syndrome. Add spontaneous hemorrhage. Next, dengue hemorrhagic fever grade 3, dengue shock syndrome, symptoms and signs. Fever without spontaneous bleeding and capillary leak syndrome. Add spontaneous hemorrhage. Add circulatory failure, weak pulse, narrow pulse, pressure less than 20 mm Hg, hypotension, restlessness. And then, dengue hemorrhagic fever grade 4, dengue shock syndrome symptoms and psych, circulatory failure, weak pulse, narrow pulse, pressure less than 20 mm Hg, potential illness at unrecordable blood pressure and pulse. I would like to see this graph it shows. You can see that graph. Cities with the highest dengue hemorrhagic fever from January to April 2024. Since early 2024, Indonesia has witnessed a significant and alarming surge in dengue hemorrhagic fever cases, with children being the most vulnerable group. Based on data, 5 cities in Indonesia have the highest record dengue hemorrhagic fever case. You can see in this graph, Bandung City record the highest number 1 of dengue fever case, around 3,500. Meanwhile, West Bandung report the most facilities with 29 deaths. As of May 2024, Indonesia record 89,000 dengue hemorrhagic fever cases, with children being the most vulnerable. The disease climbed 621 live nationwide. According to West Java Health Department data, as of December 2, 2024, dengue hemorrhagic fever case reached 55,000 with 313 facilities. Ways to prevent dengue hemorrhagic fever. First, vector control. Reduce water accumulation, larva elimination, and insecticide use. The second, personal protection. Using mosquito repellent. Third, getting dengue vaccination. One step to protect children and families. Dengue vaccination schedule. Age 6 up to 18 years old. Second dose 3 months after initial dose. Age 18 up to 45 years old. Second dose 3 months after initial dose. Dengue hemorrhagic cases tend to surge during the rainy season. To prevent this, ensure your home is free from stagnant water, which can breed Aedes aegypti mosquito. Additionally, implement the 3M plus strategy and complement it with dengue hemorrhagic fever vaccination for comprehensive family protection. Conclusion from explain about dengue hemorrhagic fever. First, vaccination. The second, avoiding mosquito bites. Third, reduce water accumulation. Next, boosting immunity. And the last, participating in mosquito eradication programs. So, stay healthy and prioritize environmental hygiene and balanced nutrition for optimal health. Okay? I have finished the explanation about dengue hemorrhagic fever. I hope all of you can understanding it from what I have explained. If you like it, you can share it with your friends. I apologize if there are shortcomings in the delivery of words. Thank you for your attention and time to watch this video. I will see you in another time. Thank you.